Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the moments when tensions ran high on the hit Netflix dating show Love is Blind. We're covering some major highlights from the series, so a spoiler alert is in effect.
I don't see why you can't just answer the question.
Number 10. Paper and plastic. Sometimes the couples on the show are brought down less by emotional incompatibility and more by their differing lifestyles.
So you have no dishes?
Yeah. What do you? Oh no, like glass or anything? No.
Stacy Snyder is not at all impressed when she looks into Izzy Zapata's kitchen cupboards. To her utter astonishment and horror, she realizes that he has paper plates and plastic cups instead of glassware and flatware.
When have you ever met a girl out and come back and cook for her?
Done it a couple times.
So you did serve her plastic?
Uh-huh.
Izzy seems genuinely hurt by her confusion at his lifestyle choices, including his habit of keeping things people forget at his house in a lost and found drawer.
So we got a ring, earrings.
Whose are those? You don't know.
At this point, no.
Needless to say, her seeming attempts to Marie Kondo his life do not spark joy.
I've been in the same situation, and if I know what you like, I'm making it happen because I know that's what you like, and that was my point, and you're making it seem like I was making it about materialistic things.
That's how it felt to me.
Okay.
Number 9. Don't wear makeup. Something has changed since JP and Taylor saw each other for the first time. Season 5's getaway trip finds the couple's chemistry cooling significantly.
You didn't get over the awkward part.
Because it's still awkward.
In other words, their dream vacation turns into a nightmare really fast. A conversation about a lack of connection outside the pods leads to a very strange argument that sees JP taking issue with the amount of makeup Taylor was wearing when they met. He blames their initial awkwardness on the fact that she was wearing makeup, which he thinks is fake.
So the way I looked made you communicate differently.
It felt like you were fake.
Then he seems to imply he's giving her an ultimatum with his hand gestures, which goes over about as well as you'd expect.
Just don't wear makeup.
I'm gonna do what I wanna do.
Then you go ahead.
You're not gonna tell me what to do.
Frankly, if this is all it takes to undo this relationship, it definitely was not built to last.
I'm just gonna go sleep in another room.
Number 8. Damian says, I do not. Since that very first season, Love is Blind has proven one thing. This is an experiment with inconsistent results. For every Lauren and Cameron, there are like 20 Damian and Gianninas.
I do not.
The writing was on the wall pretty early on when the chemistry didn't carry over into the bedroom. Their breakup at the altar brought the unhinged reality TV magic we so desperately wanted from that first group of weddings.
Giannina.
Okay.
I do love you.
Okay.
Damian cries, Giannina rips her hands out of his grip, and their families watch in horror and disappointment as Damian explains that her inconsistency is a deal breaker for him.
I can't handle the ups and downs of you loving me one day and saying you want to be friends the next. It would be selfish of me to marry you today, knowing as much as you tell me you're ready. I see that you're not.
As if this all weren't embarrassing enough, Giannina's dramatic exit sees her running from her groom-to-have-been and taking a spill in the mud.
I'm out of here. Get me out of here. I'm done.
Number 7. Love is Blurry. Sheikh Chaturji may have signed up for a show called Love is Blind, but he was only willing to commit halfway to the overall concept.
Love is not purely blind to me.
Great, but then that's what I said. But all I said was you were on the wrong dating show. That's all I said.
But I want it to be partially blind. I want it to be love is blurry. Love is blurry.
He spends most of season 2 finding new and innovative ways to put down his partner Deepti, whom he refers to as more of an aunt than a partner at one point. Once they get to the reunion, Sheikh just buried himself deeper. He finds himself defending his lack of physical attraction to his partner, while she just sits by and listens.
I'm not talking about she has to be 5'2", this. I'm talking about I want this to work.
His overall points about physical attraction include a poorly timed and ill-advised admission to finding co-host Vanessa Lachey attractive.
Unfortunately, the only one I'm attracted to is Vanessa. And I wish I wasn't.
He does this right in front of her husband and co-host.
It's nature, baby. We're animals.
Number 6. Shaina comes for Shane and Natalie's relationship. Although they connected in the pods, Shane chose Natalie as his fiancée instead of Shaina.
Who'd you hear this from?
People.
No, I want to know who told you.
Once the couples get together for the first time, they get a chance to talk about it, and it doesn't go so well. A comment Shaina made to Natalie gets back to Shane, igniting a fireside argument.
Okay, it was joking around, and I said something stupid, which looking back on it, I shouldn't have said it, and I'm so sorry, because again, I was with Kyle. Like, I have no vendetta against you and Natalie.
Instead of de-escalating, Shaina turns the heat up on the whole situation. She opts for psychological warfare, questioning how well Shane really knows his fiancée.
I don't know if you guys are bored in your relationship, that you guys had to like throw me in there.
I don't know. Like, listen, like, I'm only going off what I heard.
No, you're her fiancé, shouldn't you know?
But here's the deal.
Shouldn't you know her character?
It appears that she's still burnt by his rejection. Frankly, she handles it in the worst way possible, and that's why we love this show.
If that was my fiancé, I'd be like, yo, you like this bitch or what?
Number 5. Zanab destroys Cole at the altar. Zanab and Cole had one of the most volatile and honestly uncomfortable relationships in the entire franchise.
Cole, you have taught me so much about myself in the last 2 months. And you have shared so much of who you are, and I am so thankful for that.
Throughout the 3rd season, Cole frequently undermined Zanab's confidence with comments about her body and her appetite for, of all things, tangerines.
Killing oranges? Are you about to eat 2 of those?
Maybe. That's a serving. You okay with that?
A worse match you'd be hard-pressed to find. The entire audience lets out a sigh of relief, and maybe even a laugh, when Zanab leaves him at the altar.
I think I have a really good idea about the type of woman that is gonna love you the way that Cole needs to be loved every day for the rest of your life. And I think you and I both know that that is not me.
But not only does she leave him, she lets him know exactly what he has done, how he has done it, and why she still hopes he finds the right person.
You are a good man, and I know that. I know that about you. And I wish I could have had more of that. I really do.
There's no classy way to leave someone at the altar on a reality show, but this comes close. Number 4. Amber's warning. Amber Pike may have won the war and walked away with the man, but her feud with Jessica, Barnett's second choice in the pods, was a driving conflict throughout that 1st season.
When I had fallen for Barnett, I would think about him around the clock. The moment he told me he had changed his mind, I could not even figure out what to do with myself.
The love triangle culminates at the bachelorette party. Luckily for us, they have decided to have this all-important conversation after drinking all night.
And I saw you and your baby, and I saw you guys you were so perfect.
Amber warns Jessica, with all the contained viciousness of a contract killer, that if the feelings continue post-pods, she would destroy her life.
If you were to ever actively go after my husband, I would destroy your life.
Jessica, a little too inebriated to truly appreciate this, responds by giving her a sloppy kiss. Amber put the punctuation on the love triangle with some pretty brutal but definitive words at the reunion.
Bitch, you're shiesty. You're so fake. Coming to my face like we were cool, you were so fake.
Number 3, a pre-existing relationship. Season 5 almost came to a grinding halt when a potentially show-breaking revelation came to light.
When we first met, I think that there was this instant spark, this instant attraction, this instant connection between us. I think the fact that I felt wanted by you, needed by you, I think that brought me closer to you.
Uche Okoroha wanted to commit himself to Aaliyah Cosby in the pod segment of the season. However, he failed to tell her that he had a previous relationship with one of the other women that predated the show. What makes it worse is that the woman, Lydia Velez Gonzalez, had become Aaliyah's best friend on set.
And even when we had our disagreement, she was the first person to come console me and encouraged me and told me that if he doesn't make this right, it's on him.
Uche tries to clear the air with Lydia at a couples gathering. It goes left incredibly fast.
Because I revealed everything to you. In return, you lied to me.
I didn't lie.
Action. I'm not trying to like argue back and forth. I'm just telling you my perspective.
Yeah, but your perspective, I'm telling you, like, I didn't lie to you.
They end up rehashing their previous relationship, and Uche accuses her of borderline stalker behavior. They end things on a very sour and very loud note.
I'm not even done telling you everything.
I don't want to talk to you. You're
Okay,
not a stick
hold on.
person.
Let me just finish. Lydia, let me finish.
I don't care for that.
Number 2, don't share your location. Jeremy's disregard for Laura's feelings and her almost poetic levels of pettiness and drama are a perfect match, just not in the way the show wants them to be.
Okay. Are you gonna sit there with your sunglasses on inside?
Near the end of season 6, Laura confronts him about being out all night. Like a spider waiting for its prey, she gives Jeremy the opportunity to come clean before dropping the bomb.
You left at 10:45 and we're out till 5-something in the fucking morning.
She knows he wasn't where he said because he had his phone's location sharing turned on. That pretty much shuts him up.
You weren't even in South End. You were north of Uptown, which is where Sarah Ann lives.
The next time we see them on camera, Laura ends the relationship, telling him he is not man enough for her. In a season full of failed couples, this one is by far the most worthy of an HBO miniseries.
The narcissism is literally nauseating. I wish you the best.
Same.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Carlton throws Diamond's diamond. We get the best of both worlds in the very first season. We see fairy tale romances that make the entire idea of the show come alive.
I'm feeling like I'm physically in paradise, but not mentally there.
Where you at mentally?
I mean, it's a lot going through my mind. Like, I feel like I kept it real from you since day one. I personally feel that you left out who you really are.
Then on the opposite end of the spectrum, we get Carlton and Diamond. When Carlton tells his new fiancée that he is bisexual, she seems to immediately leap to the conclusion that this means he isn't into women.
I understand where you're coming from, but you know for sure you want to be with a female.
He feels she's being ignorant and prejudiced. When she takes off her ring, he tosses it into the resort pool, and things deteriorate from there.
This is why I don't deal with bitches like you.
Oh, I'm a bitch now.
Neither one wants to communicate, and things blow up to the point where drinks are thrown, insults are traded, and an engagement crashes and burns before our eyes. Did your favorite confrontation make the list? Tell us what we left out in the comments.
Listen for 2 seconds.
I have listened to you since the day we walked into the pods together.
Not in person.
Processed.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.